I expect the chefs and everyone to learn about the different countries, the different flavors, the different textures that are involved in Asian cooking. What I'm going to demonstrate is the California style sushi that we're going to do for this week. And I'm going to show you the filling, and also I'll tell you a little bit about the egg roll that we're going to do also. First of all, I brought some material for you to look at. I got some things for sushi making. I'll put it right here on the board. Have my mat here. Also have the nori roll. Let me get a fresh pack here. That's the nori roll. And if you can see the pickled ginger in this jar right here. And we have a little can of wasabi, or horseradish. Okay? Comes in powdered form, paste form. Pickled ginger, you can actually do yourself. It's marinated right in here. Also have the sushi rice already prepared right here. I use jasmine rice for the sushi rice. And then I have a tray to put the sushi on. Usually you want a nice tray or something to kind of highlight the sushi. Okay, these are the materials I have to work with. Now what I want to do is show you how to make the sushi. I start out with my mat, and we're going to do a California style because that's what we're learning this week. One of the things you want to do with your mat is put a piece of plastic over it, and that protects the mat. I always use plastic. Now, you can use the mat itself, but it gets messy, and you're going to have to clean it. So it's always good to put a piece of plastic in between it. And I have a simple bowl of water here. The reason I have the water is because whenever I work with the rice, I want to make sure my hands stay wet. And I'm going to wet my hand a little bit here before I touch the rice. You can handle the rice with your hand. They have wooden spoons that you use. Something that doesn't stick. Prefer handle it with my hand so that I can get a good feed here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create the shape of the nori roll, which is right in here, which is usually just a little square, about 3/4 inch square. I'll put that right on the plastic here. Try to get the shape of the nori, because what I want to do is have the two ends meeting. So I'm going to try to shape my rice, and I'm going to leave my rice about 1/4 inch thick on the bottom, because that's my outer layer. California style roll is something that was done here in America, and the Japanese really didn't start it. It's a style that developed here in America in the 70s. Okay, here's your nori roll here. I'm going to take my nori. Since I know the size I want, I'm going to cut about 1/4 of that off. And I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to cut that off, put it to the side. Now, place that on there. Make sure the rice is even with the nori. And this is still a little long. See how far it's sticking out there? But I'll take care of that in a minute. All right, next thing I'm going to do is put some more rice on top. And I'm not going to go as thick with this rice that I'm doing on top here. I'm going to go maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'm going to leave just a little room on the edges so that when the two ends meet on the two top edges, the bottom and the top edge. So when the two ends meet, it will seal and it'll look natural. Second layer, I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch thick because, you know, most of my rice is on the outside so that you get that good look. So I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch thick on the inside. All right, so flatten that out. Keep your hands wet. All right. Remember I told you I was going to do something about that extra. I'm going to just trim that off right here. Now you don't do that normally, but if you cut it, once you've done a couple of them and you know the length that you want, it should be one motion. You do it and then you leave it alone. All right. But I didn't want that edge sticking out. All right. I have a nice square here. Next thing I'm going to do, get my filling, or I'll show you the wasabi. What I have is crab meat, some carrot. Let's see. I have carrots, got some julienne cucumber, some crab meat, and some avocado. That's a little green, but it'll do for this demonstration. You want your avocados to ripen a little bit so that they're tender when you put it in there. I'm going to put my vegetables down first. Notice I'm going towards the center with my filling, and I'm going to put one good row of each item. And you want it to come all the way out to the ends. All right, let's do carrot. All right, let's do cucumber. And the reason I'm doing a nice row here is because when I cut it, I want to see the different colors in there. All right, now I'm going to put my crab meat, and I am using surimi crab meat. We're not going to use any raw meat, but there are different types of sushis that you can make. The sashimi is really the one that's most popular in the sushi restaurants where they use raw fish and all that. But we're doing the California style. The California is normally done with a imitation crab meat or vegetables, that type of roe. I have my center. The next thing I'm going to do is learn the technique of rolling it. I have my plastic, I have my mat. The mat is designed so that you can pick the sushi up, and as you pick it up, now this is my technique. I got my thumbs underneath it, I'm picking up on it like that, and when I pick it up, I'm trying to find where the center is. I'm trying to get this first side over the center of it. So what I'm doing is pressing in as I pick up with the mat, and you'll notice that when the mat goes forward, my thumbs are bending it down like that. So I'm pressing that center in. Try to hold the plastic too, because what you're supposed to be doing is rolling it, okay? So I'm pressing it in, I'm rolling it at the same time. Got my center in, did one roll, now I'm coming back with another roll, okay? That's the design of the mat. So see, as I go forward, I keep rolling it until I get the two ends together, and then I press and roll. Once I get the ends together,